what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun.
Welcome to a new episode of Stealing Home. It's the most unserious show in baseball with the best brother and sister duo in baseball. I'm Lisa. This is my brother Ant, and we're coming at you with a new season of baseball. Everybody, are you excited?
I don't know why you asked that because we can't hear them if they're answering behind the screen, but I'm excited,
Tell us
Lisa.
in the comments.
I'm excited, Lisa.
And comment if you're excited. Tell us in the comments. We're excited. It feels like baseball. It's been raining today, but it feels like baseball outside. The weather is perfect. Spring training is on. We're in Florida.
The postseason is officially over. It is spring training baseball. It is baseball season. NFL is over. It's good to be back. We did this a lot. We missed maybe 1 week last year when we did this show, and we do this show weekly every Monday. So it's good to be back. Haven't done it in a while, so it's nice to get back into a routine. I'm excited.
We're rusty.
Baseball's back.
We're rusty,
baby.
but we're back.
Yeah, this is like our third intro, but y'all don't need to know that. So I want to ask you something because we did this last year too, and it was kind of hard to answer last year, surprisingly. But it's easy for me this year. Who won the World Series last year?
Oh, the Dodgers.
Okay. Last year we kind of forgot about the Rangers a little bit.
To be fair, 2 years ago I was in Paris. This year I watched it with you. So
Oh yeah.
It's a little easier for me to remember. But also it was a showdown like we were waiting for. So, and I think that's going to be relevant to today's conversation.
It is? Tell me more.
Well, hold on. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Do we want to talk about do we want to bring anyone who's not up to speed on the state of baseball up to speed on what's going on right now?
We can do that. Yeah, let's talk about the state of baseball in 2025. What are your thoughts? Because NFL's over now. It's baseball time. There's a lot going on, though.
Thank God.
We got, a super team in LA. I don't know if you been in the postseason. We did take a break. So if you see us, you're like, oh, I forgot they existed. We know we took a break, but we're back. Baseball's back, so we're back naturally. It was a nice break though, nice little vacation. But it's good to be back in the office.
So
yeah.
If you want to keep up with us now that we're back from vacation, like this video, subscribe to our channel. We will be here every week. We are your place for baseball coverage.
Yes.
But yeah,
we're not the best place, but we're your place. We're not the best.
We are your place specifically. Yep. Don't get it twisted. We're very unserious. So tell me about what's been going on in LA.
Dude, they're just signing everyone. They literally Japan is Los Angeles Dodgers like minor league farm. They just get every good player from Japan. Their starting rotation is insane. I think they're gonna do a 6-man rotation with like Blake Snell, Cy Young winner, Tyler Glasnow, Cy Young type pitcher. I think if he hasn't won one, he's a dog, so he's gonna win one. Yamamoto, who they signed last year. They got the other Japanese guy, Rokai Sasaki, whatever his name is, who throws gas. Wow. And now Ohtani's gonna come back and pitch.
Yes.
And I know I'm forgetting like tons of other dogs that they have in their starting rotation. It's just kind of unreal. So they're building a super team out there, which not a lot of people like. I like it though.
I don't know. To be honest with you, so as part of this vacation, we have not done any extra innings videos, which is probably fine because, like you said, people were more. College football was around.
No, people love baseball.
NFL was around.
Best sport in the world.
You're right. They were desperate for baseball content in the middle of December.
I was.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I have no opinion on it yet because I don't know enough. But this whole like no cap for teams is like, ugh. Is this what we have now? Just a super team popping up in LA and there's nothing anyone can do about it? It feels like the bad plot to a Marvel movie.
I told you last year when they won the World Series, they're going to be even better this year because they're going to have.
You did.
Yeah, they won that with no starting pitching. Now they have.
They did.
They have like what is it? the thing from SpongeBob where all the evil people come together, like the Bubble Boy or whatever, and Manta Ray and all them. Yeah, they have like the evil villain squad of starting pitching, and they're coming back for more. So I don't mind no payroll, but state of baseball, I think that's pretty neat. I mean, screw it. If you want to win, spend money. Other owners have monies too. They also have monies. Something near and dear to your heart. I know that robo umps are getting used in spring training and will probably be in the major leagues in 2026.
I think they're already, since like you said, they're already being rolled out in spring training. It does seem like they are going to be rolling out officially in the MLB. They're at least making plans for that. It seems like from what I've read so far, it will be the challenge system. So if you are not up to date on what that means, you should click here wherever Anthony is going to put our RoboUmp video link.
If you're keeping tabs, it only took my sister 6 minutes to do a selfless plug.
100%. I've already done like 2 like and subscribes, and you're going to get a lot more of that this season, guys, because I need to remind you.
If you don't like and subscribe 3 times, Lisa will show up in your bathroom when you turn the lights off. So
the challenge system, I think, I'm not going to explain what it is. Like I said, if you want to understand that, go check out our video on that.
Plug.
I personally feel like it's the best system that they have for this. It's the best way to do it. I will say, anecdotally, I was at a college baseball game recently, and they were implementing the challenge system. And as a viewer, it was boring for the moments that they had to go check.
To be fair,
I don't know
though,
if it's because it was college.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it took a long time. Yeah.
You're at college. Like, did they show it on the video board, like where the pitch was and stuff?
No, they had like a beach tent set up off the third base line, and then they
Lisa,
literally ran over there.
Lisa?
Yes, Anthony?
Was that for balls and strikes, or is that like for a play at first base or something?
No, that was balls and strikes.
Oh, that's pretty dumb. Yeah. No, in the major leagues, it's going to be better. They just tap the head, and then the umpire kind of like looks up at the mysterious man in the sky, and then he gets the signal, and then he pretty much or they'll show it on the video board where the pitch is, which
at Skynet. Yeah.
I'm seeing people start to challenge, and I'm enjoying it because it's kind of a lot of the umpires are getting it right. Sometimes they're wrong, but a lot of the times the umpire's right, and it's like showing everybody in front of everybody that the guy's right. And I like it. It's a little strategy because obviously you don't want to challenge like in the first inning with nobody on, 2 outs and a 2-strike count on like it's just pointless. So, but then the only people who can do it are the pitcher, catcher, and hitter. So some guys who just can't help themselves and are selfish, they're like, no, check that, and then they're wrong. It's gonna be hilarious. So I think
and those are the same guys that won't bunt.
Yeah, you're gonna get some personality. You're gonna get some strategy. I think this is good for baseball. I wrote one more thing down. What the hell was it?
TV deals?
Ooh, yeah.
But we want to talk about that with ESPN.
Yeah,
right?
ESPN. Little foreshadow.
Do you want to talk about that right now?
Little foreshadow. I want to show you this. I want to show you this TikTok though. Peep this, because this got me hyped.
Okay.
I don't know if you could peep it, but it's baseball being cool as hell. And I'm here for it.
I can peep it, I can't hear it, but I believe you.
No, it's because I'm talking to it.
Oh, was that AI Juan Soto?
AI Juan Soto taking some in the weight room.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while, but shout out Baseball ranks 14 on TikTok for that sick edit. Like, oh no, NFL's over? What am I gonna do? This is me. I'm doing this. I'm watching this. Mookie Betts going yard.
Very nice.
I saw this on TikTok and it got me hype. I was like, I need to show my sister. But
no, I'm hyped. This is America.
Oh yeah.
This is what we're here for.
Baseball needs to be king. Football, too long. The Super Bowl. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl, by the way? State of baseball. Baseball is in a great spot.
Well, we can't hear them, Anthony. Leave in the comment.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, the Super Bowl was trash. That was a trash Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl was trash.
Yeah.
It was in fact trash.
World Series is better than the Super Bowl this year.
But I will say it was fun listening to how many ways the announcers could be like, I don't know. The Chiefs are only down 50 points.
No.
No,
they knew
see what happens.
It was over. It was over before it started.
Everybody knew it was over. Talking about things that are over.
Wow.
The Yankees.
You know what? We might be rusty, but her segues are still, her transitions are crazy.
I'm sharp as shit. Yeah. The Yankees will no longer play New York after home losses. Instead, they'll play a rotation of other Frank Sinatra songs. Today's song was That's Life. Couple that with the Yankees now allowing facial hair. Is the Yankee Way dead? Is that over? What do you think? I'm curious your thoughts.
The Yankee Way has been dead since like Jeter. If you really want to get down to it.
Okay.
The Yankee Way has been dead for a long time. But I'm sad to see this rule go away. I know I'm an old head take. But everyone's like, oh, it was 2025. Like, that rule's so outdated. It's cool. Like, when you're the Yankees, like, it's cool that you're clean shaven. When you think of the Yankees, you think of DiMaggio, Ruth, all these guys that, like, back in the day were clean shaven because that's what you did. So I think it was cool to kind of keep that. And also, I don't like changing the song. It's a tradition. You win, you lose, you play New York, New York. I don't like. I mean, that's life. You sound like a loser singing that.
A loser.
I got video of it
like
too. I got video of that. If you want to play that real quick. Oh, this is not.
No. That jump scare was intense, bro.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this. That's life after an L.
No, man, you don't want that.
So,
I don't want to hear it.
What are you feeling though? You think the Yankee way's over?
So there's a couple things. It came out. The hair went behind the ears. I'm serious
Oh,
right
she's
now.
locked
in fact, I might even pull out my glasses.
The Yankees are your team.
I'm locked into this. Well, I have an update on that too, but we're gonna have to save that. I think for like 2.
Do you have a new team reveal? Do you have a new team reveal?
I have a new team reveal. Okay, I do.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I do.
It's the Rays.
So I looked into it. And the facial hair policy, you might think has been around since, like you said, like the days of Joe DiMaggio. Good Lord, that is an awful picture.
You even got Jeter.
Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth, all this.
Well, actually,
no,
I don't think it hasn't been around since then. That's just how it was back then. It wasn't until
Correct.
Steinbrenner. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm
not.
a baseball
I'm saying you're
historian.
right.
Baseball.
Yes.
Historian.
It's been since the 1970s that they have not allowed beards in or hair past the shoulders. Mm-hmm. And that was from George Steinbrenner, as you mentioned. He had a military background. Apparently, I did not know this. And he felt like that was the way that it should be. And I don't disagree with him.
If you look at
agree with you.
If you look at these pictures, it just doesn't look right at all. It does not.
It's awful. It's disgusting. And look, here's the thing. As a woman, I am a woman. I know that's a shock to some. Don't like this look at all. Okay?
This is crazy.
Now, like I'm gonna need you to like slow this down at a certain point or I'm gonna start having a seizure. But like the stubble is fine. The insane beards that men have these days are not. I think personally it looks unkempt, like perfect example. And I think that having the Yankees, you knew the rules, right? Like you knew that they were always going to have short hair. They're going to be clean. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? But Hal, who's now George Steinbrenner's son, he's like running the ship right now. He says that he has like actual concern that players will not come to the Yankees because of the facial hair policy, which I think is the most absurd thing I have ever heard in my entire life. But apparently it's like actually true. Like I think it was the New York Times interviewed some of the players and some of the coaches, and they were like, yeah, we've heard guys saying they were talking to the Yankees, but they didn't want to show up.
They
didn't know if they wanted to. This is just what's been reported, that they did not know if they wanted to sign up or like get into further talks with the Yankees because they didn't know if they wanted to shave. I'm sorry, what are we talking about?
I call BS. And you want to know why? Main reason?
That's what they're saying.
Okay. But guess what? I'm still going to call BS because you know why? One of the Steinbrenners backs up that Brinks truck with some cash in there. I'm looking like a Siamese cat. Okay, you pay me even like $250,000. I'm shaving everything off. I'm getting laser hair removal to put some pan stripes on. And if you're gonna pay me $1 million, let alone what Aaron Judge is making, I'll let you wax my booty hole. I said it. I'll wax it myself. I'll wax it while I'm signing the contract.
Do you want it bleached? Like, tell me. Give me $100 million and tell me what you want.
You're nasty for that.
It's fine. Okay, but my point is, I agree with you. I agree with you that I think it's ridiculous. And when asked about whether, like, what he thought his father would say about this, he said, and I'm paraphrasing here, essentially that his father was all about winning. And if this policy kept young talent from joining their team, his father would be interested in moving into the modern era where men can be individuals and can have their own sense of style.
That does not
and
sound
my
like
thing
George
is like,
Steinbrenner to me.
I'm sorry, you went to the World Series last season. You're telling me that what is the reason that you lost the World Series because the men could not have beards? Is that that was what was holding us back from winning? This is like something you pull out after you haven't been able to sign anyone and you haven't been to a World Series in like 40 years.
Bad look.
Forever.
Bad look. Bad look for the Yankees. They look like this is what happens when like a girlfriend breaks up with you. You kind of like sit inside all postseason in a dark room. You grow facial hair. They're going through it right now. The Yankees are going through it.
They are.
They're changing up. They're changing up their music playlist too now. Like it's just a tough look. I think the Yankee way is dead, and it's officially dead. Like it's bad. It's bad.
I 100% agree with you.
Hot take.
And also, I don't know if you're aware. It's not a hot take. You're just correct. I don't know if you're aware of like basically their third base issue right now. That they're trying to figure out a third baseman. They're basically having open tryouts among the guys that they have because allegedly. And I like that I'm telling you something new here. Allegedly, they have now hit their budgetary limit. Like their salary is at like legitimately they're paying out players. Again, this is just what I've read.
Where are you reading this?
I'm reading from like the New York Times and stuff.
The Onion.
They're saying they're at a $308 million salary budget right now. And they were looking at someone. Oh my God, I can't remember. It was either the Blue Jays or someone with.
Was it Alex
someone
Bregman?
With like the Twins?
Red Sox. He signed with the Red Sox.
They were looking at him, and they couldn't afford him because they have now actually reached their limit for how much they can spend.
That's dumb.
Which like
it's a limit that they put on themselves, by the way, because you see the Dodgers.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree, and so apparently, this tells me is since you're broke. Now you have to let guys have beards because now you're gonna look broke because you are broke and you're gonna look broke.
Calling the Yankees broke is a stretch. Calling the Yankees broke is a stretch. But
they did it to themselves.
Okay.
It's like that guy who goes house poor. That's what's happening here with the Yankees.
House poor. I don't know what that means.
It's when you buy too much house than you can afford, and now you can't buy anything else because all your money goes to the house.
Okay.
Anyway. Next. Yes, the Yankee way is dead. Next segment. Take me out of here before I keep complaining.
Well, this is an interesting segment too, and this is breaking news as of like 2 or 3 days ago. ESPN and MLB have mutually agreed to cut ties after the 2025 season. That means it will be the end of Sunday Night Baseball and all other like the Home Run Derby that ESPN does, and maybe even that first round of wild card playoffs that ESPN does with MLB. Either way. Given all the issues that MLB faces with the regional broadcast right now, as you have done a video, I'll plug your video. Lisa did a video on TV blackouts if you guys are interested in that. Where does this leave baseball now without a major partner like ESPN to do national baseball coverage? Where does that leave the greatest game on the planet?
I think it actually leaves them in a better position than they were before. So I looked it up because I was curious. And ESPN was actually contracted for up to the end of 2028. They had an option to leave their contract, which is what is happening right now. They were going to be paying MLB, I believe, if they finished the entire term of the contract, it was going to be $4 billion. It was $550 million per season for the 30 national games, which are 25 Sunday night baseball games, and then that home run derby with a couple few else thrown in there. ESPN is saying that it's not worth their investment. That essentially, what that means is that like no one's watching baseball. Meanwhile, baseball, of course, is saying the opposite. This is just business. Of course, they're going to say that like baseball is seeing the first uptick in audience viewership over last year that we've had since essentially COVID. And the audience is like the actual live audiences have grown and they're like the highest that they've ever been.
Shout out the pitch clock.
What about the pitch clock?
Shout out pitch clock for that.
Oh, yes. Shout out pitch clock. But so all of that to say, like, I think this leaves MLB in a better spot. So you shouted out the video I did on blackouts. In it, I talk about the fact that and I shouldn't even be saying this, you should just go watch the damn video. But in it, I talk about the fact that Manfred really wants to essentially create a streaming service, a one-stop shop for MLB. I think that this helps them in that pursuit. I think that being stuck in these, and frankly, like, I have my own problem with ESPN because I think that ESPN undervalues baseball and what it is as a sport and as like a content. What year he's leaving us, folks. He's got I think they undervalue baseball. And so I'm excited to see what comes out of this. I think likely, I have always maintained that baseball leads the other sports in terms of innovation. I think seeing them leave a major network, a national network, is just going to open up, like, who knows what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a better end product for viewers, though. Sorry, I know that was a long monologue. What do you think?
I think at the end, I want to say it's going to be a good thing, but the only thing that stops me is who's going to be a bigger partner than ESPN. I mean, that is the sports network, even though it's not. It's NFL and NBA network.
Right.
But I got a couple thoughts. One, I think it is better. Like, if baseball can it's unrealistic, but if they can do what you're saying and kind of do like an all-in-one purchase, kind of like, I don't know if you've ever watched Formula One, but Formula One, you can pick essentially what broadcast you want to watch. You can pick which driver you want to watch. You can get in the car. Like, if MLB can do some kind of intimate kind of viewing system where you pay a certain, like a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription, and you can watch every game, no blackouts. You can pick which broadcast you want to watch. You can pick, like, if you don't want to watch with any broadcast, you just want to have like the ballpark cam just to watch it that way. Or if you want to watch dugout cams, like, give people more access to what they want to see. Or if you want to mic up the players, like UFC, people like how real UFC is. People cuss and you see like the real aspect of it. If you want to like mic up some players and just listen to them during the game, that'd be interesting. So there's avenues they can go. I think that'd be cool, but it's unrealistic. Like, that's a lot of work to put together. Could it happen? Unless they were working on it, I don't know. But also, it could be good for baseball. I mean, ESPN wasn't that good of a partner. They kind of sucked at They sucked at covering baseball. They didn't cover baseball during the day.
That's what I'm saying.
And their broadcasts were terrible. And
right.
But I do say, like, they are the biggest. They are the biggest. They are one of the biggest, like, sports coverers in the industry. So like, it sucks losing that partner. But also, they didn't treat baseball right. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
David Sampson, who's like an old owner, I think he used to own the Marlins or something. I was watching something that he was saying on YouTube on a show, and he said something about, like, it might be a bad move for ESPN because what are they going to do? They just put out the streaming. They put out a streaming platform where they have to, it's like a monthly subscription and you watch. What are they going to show during the summer? What sport is there during the summer? What dominates the summer? It's baseball. I know football is king or whatever, and NBA, and they got NHL on ESPN now too. But what about during the summer? What are they going to show? Dave Sampson was joking. No. He's like, "Are they going to show curling?" They're showing curling. Like, that's what they got. And
I'm with you. That's the thing is, you take away airtime, you got to fill it with something because that's just the way that TV is now.
Hot dog eating contest? No, I don't know.
That I might not watch that.
And I would, by the way. And my last point is, ESPN says, "Oh well," I call them liars. We would show more baseball. We would show more baseball if the ratings were there. We would show more baseball if the ratings were there. We look at the ratings. Baseball is either equal or above NBA, and they do NBA all the time. Now, is that because they get pushed by ESPN? Hey, like, cover LeBron so we can sell his shoe deal a little bit more, right? Okay, or you can just say, hey, NBA's ratings are better. Like, the NBA shows do better than baseball on ESPN. Okay, fine, I get that. But when you say, oh, we would cover it if the ratings were better, Lisa, who's out here watching the WNBA? They cover that like nobody else. Who's watching the
You don't have
I'm not even a hater. I like Caitlin Clark. But ain't nobody watching Angel Reese.
Look, I don't even know who that is, and I'm a woman. So
who's watching the WNBA? ESPN? ESPN.
I'm a woman who watches sports. I don't know any of these girls. I'm sorry.
You don't cover baseball because it doesn't get the ratings, but then you're going to put on WNBA and shove it down my throat. No one watches that compared to baseball.
Look, and that's why I'm saying, like, I just don't – I think I agree with you that I think ESPN is making a mistake. And I think they don't see it that way, but ultimately it's going to be hard, like you said, to essentially fill that amount of coverage or that amount of airtime. And I think it does leave an opportunity for baseball. You're right. It is going to be a lot of work for whatever Manfred's planning or whatever it is that is going to come up in this place. What does concern me about like how you were saying having intimate views, you can pay a certain subscription. I do feel, and now this is less about baseball, more about business. I do feel a sense from consumers that there's like a subscription fatigue. So I think that would concern
You're not going to
me
get
for
it for
where
free, though.
No, I know, but I just mean, and I think that sports people in general are not those guys, right? Like, I think every man I know who watches sports is like, I will pay someone,
Yeah, we got
my firstborn child, if I can just
Amazon,
watch every game.
Amazon Prime
Like,
for Thursday Night Football. You got to have like Peacock
right.
or like, I don't know.
So I think, no, if you have like Apple TV, which we already have like a relationship with baseball, they do really great coverage of baseball games.
Best camera quality coverage of baseball.
No, you expand that out.
Very good baseball.
You don't
coverage.
have to do an MLB owned. It doesn't have to be MLB owned. And the thing is, streamers like Amazon Prime, like Apple TV, are also looking for content. That ESPN is just letting it go. So yeah. I don't know. I think actually this will work out better for MLB.
I think so, and I think they saw this coming. I think MLB saw this coming, so I think they have a plan. Why do you think they've been reaching out to? I mean, they've been on YouTube TV, they've been on Apple TV, they've been like Roku or whatever. You know, they're kind of putting feelers out, seeing who can cover their sport. In my opinion, Apple TV covers them the best. Like their setup is legit. So
yeah, I agree. Shall I read our next?
Go ahead. You want to talk crap?
Next segue?
Is this maybe?
I do love to talk crap about the Red Sox. So
I was gonna say, is this your surprise team reveal? Are you a Red Sox fan now?
So the Red Sox franchise player Raffy Devers signed an extension with
Raffy Devers. Raffy Devers
signed an extension with GM. Good Lord.
Okay, I got it. There's drama going on in B-Town. There's drama going on in B-Town. Their franchise player, Raffy Devers, a.k.a. Ralphie Devers, he had signed an extension in the past with the old general manager, Shane Bloom, with the understanding that he was going to play third base for the long term, right? With the addition of Alex Bregman, who they signed as a free agent, who came from the Houston Astros, good third baseman, good glove. The new front office wants Raffy Devers to DH. Devers has expressed he's not happy about that and would rule out and would not rule out asking for a trade if they made Bregman the third baseman. That's your franchise guy. So, little drama going on in B-Town. This might be a little bit of old news, but essentially they're saying, hey, Bregman plays a better third base than you, but you can hit. We want you to DH. And he's saying, no, in a Dominican accent, no, I'm the third baseman. No. Like they did a press conference and they asked him and he's like, no. No. So he's adamant. He's like, third base is his. I mean, Big Papi came out and supported him and was like, he's the third baseman. Other players on the team are saying he's the third baseman.
Yeah, but that won't matter. That won't matter.
I don't know. Should it? Would it? What do you think?
Well, let me ask you, do we know, is Pete Alonso staying on the Mets?
Yeah, he's on the Mets.
Okay, so that was another one I think that was similar to this because to me, he's kind of like a franchise player at this point. Do you lose that guy? And in that case, it was because he was too expensive.
I think Raffy Devers is bigger to the Red Sox than Alonso is to the Mets, though.
Right.
You don't want to piss that guy off.
I think, honestly, just based on what we're seeing historically at this point, I would not be surprised if he's going to have to be traded because you pick up No, why would they pick up Bregman if they weren't going to put him at third base? Whatever.
They could put him at second base. They could put him at second base. I mean, would the Red Sox be better if Devers DH'd and Bregman played third? Yes, because he's better defensively than Devers is.
And that's what they want.
But
right, and that's what I was going to say. They want to win.
Okay, but would you be better with Bregman and no Devers on your team? Or would you be better with Bregman playing second base and a happy Devers playing third? I mean, it's your franchise
If Devers is just going to DH, I feel like you can probably find another DH. Like, I hate to say that, but if that's what this is about, then you can probably find a DH and get rid of him.
Why pay him all that money? I mean, David Ortiz
because you want to win.
David Ortiz DH'd, and even he came out. David Ortiz did not want to DH, and he DH'd. But, like, I get it. Like, maybe I think he has a right to be selfish, though. I mean, he invested in the team.
Sure.
Devers, yeah.
No, yeah.
And also, some guys don't hit well when they're not playing the field. Like, some guys, like, it's hard when you just sit for the majority of the game, you just go up 3 or 4 times to hit. Like sometimes that could be hard for players to get used to. So he's probably thinking, I want to play third base. Like that's my position. This is my team, which I think has a right to think. But I also see the other side of the coin where it's like, dude, you're not bigger than the team. Like if he can play third base better than you, step aside. So it's tough. I think it's like you just got to feel the clubhouse. What do the guys think in the clubhouse? You know, like if you're a front office guy, a lot of those guys are desk jockeys. They're analytic nerds, so they don't really have a feel for the human aspect of it. So I think you got to get a temperature in the clubhouse, see what the guys are saying, and they're all saying they want Devers to play third. So
yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter in the long run. You know, if
soulless cretin.
I really think I'm not saying that would be my move, okay? But I'm just saying I think. You know, the Red Sox want to win. We spend so much time talking about the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Rays. Even just looking at the AL East, I feel like we've spent so much time talking about the Yankees and the Rays and the Blue Jays and the Orioles. And, like, I feel like, yeah, I mean, the Red Sox have had stuff going on for sure. I don't want to, like, minimize them.
They're pretty good last year.
They're looking for that. They're looking for something, though. They're looking for something that's going to make that difference.
They got some pitchers, too. They got Walker Buehler from the Dodgers, who's a dog, too, so.
These are the kinds of moves you make when you got to be cutthroat at a certain point when you want to start winning seriously, and I think that's where they are.
I don't blame Devers. And I
don't blame him either.
I don't know if the Netflix documentary about the Red Sox has came out yet, but I wish it was covering this because this would be pretty interesting to hear. Devers.
I know the trailer came out because I was thinking about doing a reaction with you on it for this channel.
We should do that.
So we'll probably do that soon.
Yeah. Well,
like and comment if you want to see that.
That's the topics I had, but now I guess it's time for the favorite part of everyone's favorite part of the show.
It's time for Fair or Foul. It's been way too long since I've got to say that.
All right, let's go into it. This is a college baseball. College baseball's back. NCAA baseball. So hype about that. Check out this tradition they do in Texas A&M. When a pitcher can't throw a strike, they start counting how many balls he's thrown.
Oh, I can't hear them.
They're saying ball 6, ball 6. Want me to raise it for you?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'm still getting nothing, but I can imagine, and I would like to say this is fair. I think one of the best parts to me about baseball as a sport and as a lifestyle is the closeness between fans and players. Like, you don't get this kind of thing in any other sport where a player can like talk to the guy in outfield or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anytime I see this where it's like becomes a full, I mean, look at how close they are to the players on the field.
And they're loud right now. You can't hear it, but they're loud.
Like,
they're saying ball 8, ball 8, ball 8, ball 8. And this guy can't throw a strike. Ball 9, ball 9. And I think the video cuts off, but it's like, I want to know, did he keep throwing balls?
Did he throw a strike?
He might have just got taken out of the game, honestly. I don't think you'll ever see something like this in the MLB, like in Major League Baseball, because the guys will eventually throw a strike. They're not that bad.
Right.
At the amateur level or college, you definitely will have a guy who just doesn't know where the ball is going. I love this. I think this is fair. This is one of my favorite traditions. And I also agree. I like it because they're making fun of a pitcher who can't throw a strike, which is one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, dude, just throw a strike. Dude, just throw batting practice. Let him hit it. Especially if you're playing in the infield behind him or the outfield. You're just sitting out there bored watching this guy miss the zone. Shoot, if I'm his shortstop or second baseman, I might be tuning in, like chiming in with the crowd, like ball 9,
Jeez,
ball 9, ball 9.
No, and as a viewer, when you're just in the audience watching this, I mean, it's like, you know, Jesus Christ, man.
The main question who's blowing all these bubbles? Who's blowing all these bubbles?
I thought it was a bubble thing. When I couldn't hear, I was like, they do bubbles? But
who's blowing all these
whatever.
bubbles? All right, we say fair on that. The next one we got, just Twitter being Twitter. It says, how can baseball pay that much while we have homeless in the streets? And then this guy goes, can the homeless guys play third base like Bregman? Answer, no.
I mean,
if the homeless guy could deposit a baseball 450 feet in the left field, then yeah, he probably would get paid. But that's why he's homeless, because he can't do that. Is that messed up for me to say? He's probably good at other things.
No, I mean,
You know?
I think this is fair. Look, I mean, there's a I personally feel like there's a lot that you could say about this. Like, why are we paying this much, on anything? There's a lot before you come for Alex Bregman, I guess is what I'm saying. Bregman is like, I can't say that name right.
Alex Bergman. Alex Bergman.
Before you come for Alex, okay, we're homies now. Yeah, think about a lot of other things. Leave him out of this, okay? Because here's the thing, and this is like where we go back to salary caps, where I start to change my mind again. It's like I don't like the super teams in LA, but come on, if they're paying him that much, it's because that team can afford to.
If he's one of the
I'm
best
all for people getting their bags.
If he's one of the best in the world at what he does, and the owners are making a lot of money off the team, he should be able to get as much as he can. That's why I don't like the salary cap either. All right.
I agree I
say
with you.
Foul on this one because it's like out of pocket, but also like fair. So I'm gonna do the old like the umpire doesn't know what's going on, like the foul, fair. He's like doing one of these. Where he like makes the same.
I'm just gonna say fair. Twitter's a cesspool. You should just say whatever you're thinking.
The last one we got here. It's just college baseball being shenanigans, like there's hooligans in the bullpen. How do you feel about this?
Boys.
I think this is so lame.
I need to know the context.
I think this is so.
What is the context here?
Maybe a pitching change or before the I don't know. Just in between innings, they're just vibing. Like kind of fun.
I just feel like.
But not a fan.
Boys.
Not a fan.
Yeah, like this isn't a tailgate. This isn't your frat party. Please, like sit down. Let us play the game, please.
Yeah, y'all are on the team. Like what? Like y'all are not the fans. Y'all are on. Like y'all might like. Dude right there with the trash can, he might be in the game in like 2 innings. Like what? Like sit down, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, like what are we doing?
I don't know.
Like come on.
Little
come
too
on,
much.
Gentlemen,
Little
please.
too much. I enjoy the
agree.
atmosphere though. Yeah, little Savannah
Get outta
Banana. It just screams like I'm bored and don't want to be here, so I'm pretending like I enjoy this.
It also screams no respect.
Oh, okay. Old head take. It screams. It screams. Give me attention. It screams. Don't forget about us. We also play baseball. We're in the bullpen, and we only like. Don't forget. We're
and we
also
do nothing.
Here. Yeah, we don't do anything.
We do nothing
the whole
most
game.
of the time. So
that might be why they're doing
attention.
this, because they're so bored. Like that might be why they're doing this.
In which case, talk to a therapist. Okay, don't ruin my baseball game.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got. Not a long episode. I'm proud of this one. This was under 40. This one's under 40.
Oh, well, okay. So quick announcement. I do have in my hands the hat for the team that I will be rooting for this year.
It's the Brewers? Because I know
I wanted it to be a constant like gag on this show. Not gag, but like an actual thing where like I choose a different team every year. And
mood lighting for this?
I mean, you don't have to. Whatever you feel in your heart. I want it to be a thing where, like, if we had enough subscribers, I could ask them, like, who should I root for? And then that would be who I unapologetically root for that season. However, not only do I think our engagement will be there after coming back from a vacation, but also I personally have made a promise, and I am a woman of my word. And so I always said that if this team changed their venue location, that I would become their fan.
Oh, wow.
And so this year, I will be rooting.
You're so lame.
Am I lame for that? I thought you'd be happy. I always said if they played in Tampa, I would be a Tampa Bay fan, and they're in Tampa this year, so I'm rooting for Tampa. What do you want?
No, you're fair. But they're also playing in the Yankee Stadium, so.
Yeah, well, we can't help that. So.
Well, cool. No, apparently. I mean, Ken Rosenthal reported on it that the Rays might sell to a Tampa group that wants to move them to Tampa. Ken Rosenthal allegedly, I don't know if he reported on it, but JP Peterson, some guy local here in Tampa, he also reported on it. So cross your fingers, hope it can happen. Shoot, I'd chip in.
It would be cool.
Who do I got a Venmo to bring the Rays to Tampa? Make Sue
You get a Venmo request for like $250,000.
This is actually very convenient that we're here, huh? Fill space.
Oh, so yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. I know now. Oh yeah, I have one of those too.
Sell the team.
I did learn today that our outfielder Margot has left us, which concerns me.
Dude, he's been gone for a while. What are you talking about?
I learned that today. Knowing that we were gonna do this, I was like, shit, I need to look up anything that's going on with the race right now.
He's been gone
So
for
yeah,
a while.
but I will be better prepared in the future.
Randy's gone
because I
too.
am
Sorry to
now-
break it to you. Randy
I know.
Rosarena's gone, and Evan Longoria is retired. So sorry to break
I
it
was
to you.
yeah. And what about Wade Boggs? Is he?
He actually
Where is he
shout out
heading
Wade
out?
Boggs. He's cancer free. He had beat cancer.
Oh hell yeah, we love that. Ring the bell.
He did ring the
Yeah,
bell. His
so
video.
yeah, that's what you do. I will be rooting for the Rays this season. So Anthony, I hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable, but this is where we are now. This is life
Cool.
in 2025.
Well, that is the end of the show. So if you enjoyed it, tune in again on Monday. We do this every Monday. At
Nope.
least we're supposed to. Huh?
Well, no, pause. If you liked it, please leave a comment below on any takes that we got wrong or anything that you would like to say. Let us know who you're rooting for this season. Like the video, share it with all your friends who are not yet excited about baseball season. And then, yes, tune in every Monday.
Or Lisa will find you.
I will show up
All right.
and ask why you have not subscribed yet.
Till next time, everybody.
It's
good to be back.
ya.
Baseball. Woo!
Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling different. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more